One more thing to discuss with respect to concatenation of strings as we have them so far. Let's add another example right here and say hello. We can name it hello hello and use the result of this concatenation. So we know that every time concatenation function is invoked, it allocates new block of characters. So therefore, we can definitely assume that at some point after this is complete, hello string will be pointing to dynamically allocated block of memory with whatever characters being used. And then we populate another object, hello hello, which apparently will just copy the value of this string and store it here. So I think it is important that the ownership of this should not be passed over here through copying it twice, but this dynamically allocated block should be owned only once by one string. To make the story short, I think that it would be better if we restored this to be a local pointer like this, okay, and then instead passed this pointer to another constructor of the string, like perhaps we can pass this twice like this, and add new constructor which will take two of these pointers like this, and make a copy of it and add to the list of constructors right here. Just add this, and use this initializer list like this. So I just copy the entire initializer list and populate this. This of course needs to be a pointer to a dynamic string, which will no longer be constant. I don't think it needs to be constant, and we will populate this pointer with this dynamic string. So this way we're making this string own the dynamically allocated memory when we concatenate two strings together and use this dynamic memory. So this is brand new constructor, and I think that we need to consider using it because it's a better choice in terms of this dynamic memory allocation. So let's see again. I removed the update of this PSTR inside concatenation, so this mutable keyword can be taken away now, which is also a nice idea. And if we build it now, it gives me this redefinition error. It's because I did not rename parameter like I did in my constructor implementation. I called it dynamic string right here, and I also need to get rid of the constness of this and rename it like this. So just fix, just make the implementation of the constructor and its declaration signature match. So build again. Okay, so this builds fine. And now, of course, I want to test what we have so far. At the very end, right here, I would like to say string hello hello. Okay, and make sure that this still continues to look fine. Okay, so this now is printing twice. Of course, hello hello again was the use of the result of concatenation of hello string twice, and this gets printed two times at the end of our testing program here. So once again, a quick recap. So our function concatenate has no choice but to allocate new block of characters, and therefore somebody has to be responsible for deallocating these characters with the delete operator. We decided the destructor of our string could be responsible, but now we need to decide who should be responsible, this string or this string. So basically, who is going to deallocate these characters? And so we make this decision, and what we have here is that the new string is responsible for deallocation of these characters in its destructor. So when it goes out of scope, we delete this string. So this story will actually continue with this string, because we still have to discuss copy constructor issues and move constructor issues with respect to this string. But for now, this is what we have so far, and it seems to be everything seems to be in place in terms of our implementation at this stage.